In my house, we eat 4 completely different diets. I'm on the GAPS diet, so mostly bone broth soup with beef added in, sauerkraut and egg yolks for every single meal. My husband, he eats 1 meal a day, typically breakfast, but on Sundays he'll eat dinner instead. For breakfast, he has eggs, pork tenderloin, and sometimes avocado. Then my kids, I have an almost 6-year-old and she eats pretty much everything. She has a great variety of food, but she is also gluten-free. So I make my own stuff gluten-free. My youngest eats mostly meat, and most of that meat is pork. Other than that, she'll have some mashed avocados with Siete grain-free chips and some tiger nut flour muffins that I make from scratch. And somehow with all that variety of foods in our house, I'm not in the kitchen 24/7. Today, I'm showing you how it actually works in my kitchen. Hi, I'm Amanda, the NonTox Mama. And here I focus on non-toxic living with less overwhelm and more intention. So I realized that I haven't really talked about how it works in our family and what our eating situation is. I try to make foods as clean as possible, as healthy as possible, but for everybody. But everybody's at a bit different stage in their healing and health journey. And so that's why food looks really different for everyone. It's messy, it's not simple, but it gets everybody fed and it gets them fed the healthiest things possible. So here's what I eat. And I'm gonna warn you, it's gonna sound repetitive because it is. I eat basically the same thing 3 times a day, every day. And I've been doing this for over a year. All of my meals start with my soup. So I have an onion bone broth based soup and I cook beef in it. I add a little bit of sauerkraut at the end of my meal because I'm trying to build my good bacteria in my gut. And sauerkraut is a great prebiotic for that. And I eat, controversial, but raw egg yolks. So I eat raw quail egg yolks. I don't tolerate chicken eggs, so that's my go-to is quail eggs. Breakfast time, I will typically add in some meatballs that I've made. The meatballs are a mix of pork and beef. Both my pork and my beef have ground organ meats in them as well. And then I add basil, parsley, and some other spices, onion and garlic. Mix it all up in the food processor, and then I fry those up. So I'll have those meatballs for breakfast and sometimes for supper as well. And then I will typically have a whole avocado cut up at least once a day. So that is basically the consistency of what I'm eating right now. I'm on stage 3 of the GAPS diet. Yes, I'm not following GAPS to the T. I'm having bone broth instead of stock. It's a little bit differently. I'm using bones more than meat on the bones to make my broth, but I seem to tolerate it and I've been tolerating it for a long time, so that's what works for me. It makes it easy for me because I make a huge batch of it on Saturday, 2 huge stock pots, and it lasts me for the week. And then repeat again, I make the same thing again. So it makes it easy for me and I'm full afterwards. I'm never craving anything. So it's balancing my blood sugars very well. I found this diet has decreased a lot of inflammation. It has helped balancing my thyroid better, and overall has given me less brain fog and more energy, less fatigue. So I'm gonna continue on this until I get to where I wanna get to, because I'm not fully healed at this point. So my husband has worked really hard over the last 4 or 5 months now, losing weight and getting healthy. So his journey consisted of cutting down meals to just 1 meal a day. He does Monday to Saturday breakfast in the morning only, and then Sunday we have family dinner and he'll have dinner on Sunday. So his breakfast look like pork tenderloin. He cooks up 2 pork tenderloins on Sunday, and that's what I'll have for breakfast in the morning. So he has a little bit of pork tenderloin that he fries up in some beef tallow, And then he has some eggs, which he fries up in beef tallow. And sometimes he'll have some avocado and he'll have a glass of orange juice. Later on in the day, typically in the evening, he'll have some fruit, typically an apple or some strawberries, whatever's around the house, and sometimes some cashews. So that's pretty much what he is doing, and drinking just water during the day with a couple coffees in the morning. So this diet that he decided on is something he decided on by himself, and it's something that's working for him. So I'm happy that he's found something that's working for him. And I'm happy that he's cut out all the seed oils and all the fast food and all that stuff. So if this is the way he wants to go, then I'm perfectly fine with that. And he's never felt better. All right, so my kids. My oldest has quite a good range of foods that she eats. Breakfast can range from homemade gluten-free pancakes or waffles. Sometimes I'll make up some bread or toast, and she can have peanut butter on that, or sometimes she just likes it plain. She also likes bacon, sausage, avocado, turkey strips. She has a wide range of foods that she eats for breakfast. Lunches is another wide range of different things. Right now she's taking salmon and some chickpea pasta for lunch. Sometimes she'll do mini egg bites that I make, which is egg yolks. She eats duck eggs, so egg yolks with cheese and some sausage in there or ham in there. And I make them into like little mini muffin cups, and then she'll have that. Sometimes she'll have some ham, sometimes she'll have sausage, sometimes she has meatballs. And then for supper, her favorite right now is tacos. So I make up my taco meat on the weekend, and then I have the grain-free siete chips, and I'll make those up for her. Then I'll put the taco meat in the taco shells and add some goat cheese on top. And then sometimes she'll have some sweet potato chips with that, or some carrots, or a few other things that she wants. So wide variety for her. All of my baked goods that I make, the pancakes, the waffles, the muffins, they are all gluten-free, and I use maple sugar or maple syrup as my sweetener. So I try to avoid any processed sugars as well. My youngest is my picky kid. It's been a real struggle with her, getting her to eat things. So currently she eats tiger nut flour muffins that I make her. So tiger nuts are a tuber, kind of like sweet potatoes, a tuber. So it's not a grain, because she doesn't really eat grains right now. It's dried and then made into a powder. So it has a lot of fiber in that. They are softer than typical muffins, but she likes them. And then she's been very much into avocado, mashed avocado, so I can buy it at Costco. So that saves me some trouble doing that. So I buy the Holy Avocado organic mashed avocado, and then she will eat it with the siete grain-free chocolate shells. So I just break them up into chips, and she likes to break them up herself, and then she just eats it with that. She also likes sausages, ham, bacon. She's a very pork-oriented girl, and she likes beef hot dogs. I buy my hot dogs made from my farmer when I buy my cow. So it's like the healthiest hot dogs you're ever gonna find, with no added ingredients except for a few spices. I'm not gonna pretend that living this way is easy. It is tough, it is complicated. I have to have a schedule in my head about what's going on and what I need to make when, but it is feasible. With 2 full-time working parents, we get home quite late and still able to make it work. So Sundays is our different day. Sundays is the day that my husband is home from work, and he makes a lot of the food. So I typically will have my soup still, but I'll make typically a smaller portion of soup, or if I've taken out a nice big steak, I might skip my soup that night. We can have chicken wings, we can have shrimp, we can have scallops, sweet potato fries, fried in beef tallow, onions caramelized in beef tallow, a huge variety of different things. A lot meat-based. I just did start having a few sweet potato fries recently, so that's new for me, and the caramelized onions I can only have once in a while. But it's nice to have a little variety on Sundays, and the whole family really enjoys the different foods. My favorite part about Sundays is we all get to sit at the table together as a family. Even though we have different stuff on each of our plates, we still get to sit down, eat at the table together, and enjoy a family meal. So how do I make it work? How am I not in the kitchen 24/7? Batch cooking. Making stuff ahead of time. My weekends are really prep time. And I'm still able to go and have fun and take the kids to do things, but I have allotted time where I'm making stuff. So my Saturday late afternoon is my soup making time, and I take about 2 hours and I make my soups for the entire week in that period of time, and then it cooks. I let it simmer, a low simmer overnight for about 12 hours, and then I take it off in the morning. I pre-make my meatballs for the week and fry them up on Sunday. My husband makes the pork ahead of time. We ask my oldest what she wants to eat for the week. So this week it's salmon. So I make my salmon. I made enough probably for the week, but if not, I can just I buy a big bag of individually frozen pieces from Costco, so I can just pull out a couple pieces, defrost it overnight in the fridge, and then make it up in the evening, because it takes about 45 minutes for me to cook it in the oven. So I'll do it in the evening so it's ready for the next day for school. Muffins, I make huge batches, like triple or quadruple batches of each of the kids' muffins. And I have large amounts frozen all the time. So if I ever don't feel good and can't keep up, I have ones I can pull out of the freezer. But I also keep a nice big bowl of batter in the fridge through the week. And so on Saturday and Sunday, I will make like 24 muffins or something that'll get me through the first few days of the week. And then I have the bowls of batter in the fridge, and I just pull it out, and I can make 1 or 2 batches quickly in the morning or in the evening. So tomorrow morning I'm planning on making a batch of muffins for my oldest because I'm getting low, and I want to add also a couple batches to the freezer because I ran out of time on the weekends. And then the next day or tomorrow evening I will make a batch of my youngest muffins so that I just keep rolling like that. Taco mixture I made for my oldest is in the fridge. I make it up on the weekends, and then that's good to go. I made up a batch of pancakes on the weekend, so I can just pop those in the toaster oven. My best friend, this thing. So I just pop stuff in the toaster oven, warm it up for a few minutes, bacon, the sausages, all that. I cook it in the morning, and then if there's leftovers, store it in the fridge and warm it up for the kids when they want it. So with things like this, I'm able to warm things up really quickly within 5-10 minutes, and I either use my toaster oven or my dream cooker, and I just warm stuff up really quick, and then the kids are ready to eat. I'll ask the kids what they want for dinner on my way home. And then I get home, I'm focused on, okay, I need to warm up my soup on the stove. I need to warm up the taco mixture in the toaster oven, and my youngest asked for a hot dog. So I'm gonna cook up the hot dogs quickly, and then that stuff is all ready to go. Within 10-20 minutes, we're all eating. So, and in that time, that 20 minutes while I'm waiting for everything to cook, I'm emptying all the lunch boxes, I'm washing everything, I'm making the lunch, the snacks and stuff for the next day, and filling up all the water bottles. So it's just a streamlined routine, and once you get into it, it's very simple to follow. At the end of the day, non-toxic living is about making small, intentional changes over time, not about fear or perfection. Food is the most personal part of this journey. What works for my body, the GAPS Intro diet, doesn't work for my husband, or my oldest, or my youngest. They're on their own journeys. My oldest, I have been working on healing her gut, and she's at a place where she's able to eat a lot more things than I am. And I'm okay with that. I want her to be able to enjoy as many things as possible. We only just introduced goat's dairy, A2 dairy, so goat, buffalo, water buffalo dairy, and she is loving it after having almost 6 years without it. I'd love to know in the comments, does anybody in your house eat completely different than you? How do you manage it? Let me know. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, just start swapping one thing at a time. I'm Amanda, your NonTox Mama. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and tune in next week. I always have new videos coming out. Till next time, keep it clean.